Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabby, and on today's video I will show you what I eat. This video is a mix of what I eat and also a food haul because I've just been to the store and I thought, why not make a video about this? If you want to know what foods I avoid and my dietary needs, then I have a video specifically on that. I will link it down below. And let's get on with the video. So just a quick refresh. I avoid anything with gluten, with sugar, and I don't drink whole milk. It has to be almond milk or an alternative or a lactose-free milk, but just on the milk. I usually have yogurt and cheese and so on. Now, the first thing I got is these free-range eggs. They are white. This is a new change that my family and I are doing. We are buying organic free-range eggs, and the reason for this is because although for me any sort of eggs taste the same, I think that free-range eggs promise a better quality of product. You might have seen some documentaries on Netflix or elsewhere where you can see how they keep the chickens in cages and the conditions of these chickens, and they produce the eggs that you are eating. Therefore, I decided to make that small change. I know that not everyone can afford organic or free-range eggs. Some people might just not notice the difference, like I haven't noticed the difference, to be honest. I can only notice that the packaging looks much nicer, the eggs seem to be bigger or different color, but I think knowing that the eggs are coming from some chickens that are actually living in better or good conditions makes me feel a little bit better with myself and what I am putting in my mouth, what I'm consuming as a customer.
Apart from getting loads of fruit and meat, which I usually just go crazy about, there is absolutely no fruit or vegetable that I avoid. It depends on what I fancy that week, what's in offer and so on. For the meat, I eat any meat at all. I am not a vegetarian or anything like that. I am trying to eat twice per week. I try to eat fish or seafood, and I only eat red meat once a week because I've heard that red meat is not the best sort of meat. It's not good for your health. So I do opt to have a bit more chicken and fish and seafood more than red meat.
So let's start with breakfast. I got this gluten-free granola. It's from the brand Eat Natural, and this one here has buckwheat seeds and honey. What I like about this packet is that when I read the ingredients, the first ingredient wasn't sugar, unlike the other packets of gluten-free brands.
I just like to avoid sugar full stop because it's not good for my health, because it makes me gain weight. It's bad for your skin, it gives you spots. It's just something that I like to avoid, and I'm trying to avoid it slowly. I'm making small changes in my everyday life and what I consume to eat less and less sugar.
So the first ingredient here is mixed seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds and linseeds, which is brilliant because that is good for your gut and your stomach. Then it has gluten-free oats, perfect, it has no gluten at all. And then it has honey. I'd much rather have honey or coconut sugar or any other alternative to pure sugar or cane sugar. It's just not good for me, especially because I have diabetes, and previously I've noticed that as soon as I eat loads of sugary foods, then I start gaining weight. This item is a must-have item for me. Is some porridge oats, again gluten-free. I feel like I need to have these in my cupboard all the time because I like to use the oats for recipes, not just to make oats in the morning porridge, but I also like to use it as flour. What I do is I put it in the blender, blend the flour for 2 or 3 minutes, and use that flour as if it was self-raising flour. And I know that it's gluten-free. It's a lot cheaper than buying gluten-free flour. I can make it at home, and it's healthy because the porridge actually has good ingredients for you. It's high in fiber, which means it's good for your gut. It's a source of protein. It has no salt or added sugar, and it's suitable for vegans as well. So the ingredients is 100% gluten-free whole grain oats, and that's what I like about it. I like to consume food that has a lot of vitamins and good properties that are going to help my body, and not just consuming the food to keep my hunger at bay or for craving reasons. And if I do have cravings, which I will show you in a bit, I do like to opt for healthier versions. Talking about cravings, if I am going to have porridge or maybe prepare a drink, sometimes I like to add this chocolate shot. So it's from Sweet Freedom brand. This is a alternative and natural chocolate shot. You can put it in ice creams, in porridge. You can stir it into hot drinks as well. It only has 13 calories per tablespoon. It's got no palm oils, no GMOs, and it's high in fiber. So it's a treat because it tastes like chocolate, but it hasn't got any of that nasty stuff that they add into chocolate.
So just so you have an idea, the ingredients are Sweet Freedom natural fruit extracts, carob and apple, cacao, water, rapeseed oil, natural flavor. So it's quite simple, it's quite basic. If you were to compare the ingredients of this product with Nutella or any other chocolate spread, you could see that the ingredients here are much simpler than the unhealthy.
I also got this pancake mix. It's made out of buckwheat again. It's gluten-free and it has no added sugar into it. It's quick and easy to make as it's already mixed up. This brand specifically is good for vegans because it's dairy and egg free. I just wanted to try this brand. I haven't tried it before. So here it says that all you have to do is add water and oil and you just fry it. So it's quite easy, it's simple. Sometimes I just haven't got as much time in the morning to make my own pancakes. So I think this is a good alternative if you haven't got time but you want to eat something healthy. And again, the ingredients are a lot simple.
Buckwheat flour, tapioca starch, rice flour, maize starch. Then it's got sodium bicarbonate, potato starch, stabilizer. So these small ingredients make up the whole pancake mix, and what I like about it is that it uses ingredients that are also healthy for you, unlike plain flour which has no nutrients and it's just going to fill you up without giving you any nutritional supplements. This here uses tapioca, rice, buckwheat, maize starch, and most of these flours are a little healthier than just plain flour. So yes, this is a better and healthier alternative.
Okay, so if I don't have pancake mix or porridge in the morning, then I will have frozen smoothies. So I like to buy frozen fruit. Right now, the one I bought, it's in the freezer. I didn't want to take it out, but I usually buy frozen mango, strawberries or bananas and make a smoothie with almond milk. As the fruit is sweet enough, then I don't have to add any sugar to the mixture. I also like to eat yogurt. I love having Greek yogurt. And with my yogurt, I like to add these organic quinoa puffs. So these here are very, very popular and common in Peru, and I used to have a lot of these when I was little. As it's made out of quinoa, it has loads of minerals and it's rich in fiber, which is a lot healthier than just plain sugar puffs or cereals that you find nowadays in the markets that are just full of plain ingredients and sugar. So I like to opt for this instead. If you don't like quinoa puffs or the taste of them, then you have this alternative. These ones here are organic spelt puffs. These ones here contain gluten and wheat. So I am not going to have these. I actually got this for my kid because he likes these sorts of cereals, and I would rather give him these than the plain sugary cereals you find in the
Now
market.
let's go to lunch and dinner. Usually for lunch I will love to have salads. I just love making salads with loads of olive oil and pumpkin seeds and any other seeds. I have them with chicken, sometimes with bacon, depending what I have in the house, what's available. I sometimes put tuna and mayonnaise. So I like to mix and match depending on what I have available that day. But I usually have a salad. Then for dinner, with my family, we will make something that everyone likes. So sometimes I have to make the sacrifice to eat things that perhaps I wouldn't eat them myself if I was to live by myself, or if I was to choose.
One of these sacrifices are the enchiladas. My partner loves enchiladas and burritos. However, because I can't have gluten and I'm not too crazy about these sorts of foods, I don't tend to lean for those sorts of foods. But we found the gluten-free version of Old El Paso enchilada kit, and we've tried this twice now, and this flavor here of enchiladas is my favorite so far. So we just like to cook the chicken, we add the sauce that comes with it, then we wrap it in tortillas that are made out of sweet corn, so they actually taste a lot nicer, and again the ingredient is a lot more for you than plain flour. And I actually love the taste of the sweet corn tortillas, the actual Mexican tortillas. And then we just put a little bit of cheese on top and put it in the oven. So it's easy, simple, tastes lovely, and it's a lot more healthier than plain flour tortillas that are no good for anybody.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is healthy, because it's not. Reading a look at the ingredients, it has a lot of stabilizers, this xanthan gum and glycerol and other ingredients that I can't even pronounce. However, what I am saying is that these could be more healthy than just the plain version, and also with my allergy, a gluten-free version is a lot better for me than if I was to have plain tortillas.
Another thing I have right here with me is these rice noodles. So this is the sorts of noodles I buy instead of the normal noodles. They're gluten-free, has no GM ingredients, no cholesterol, they're suitable for vegetarians. They are a lot cheaper than other gluten-free pastas and noodles. So I like that. Also, I like the ingredients because it's plain simple: Thai rice and water. Done. No more, no additives.
Nothing else. It's plain and simple. It's not going to harm my body. I'm not going to fall asleep after eating. It's not going to hurt my stomach after eating. I like simple things like this, and then I can just have my own version of the stir fry we're making that day. A little bit more about me. I love baking. I love making cakes, and I'm just the fan of sugary things. But I know I said before, sugar is bad for you, it's bad for my health. I tend to put on weight, I tend to get lots of spots, and I'm also diabetic, type 1 diabetes, so I really have to avoid sugar. Yet, I love baking. I have a lot of sugary cravings. So what I do is change the ingredients of a normal recipe and make them a little bit healthier.
So instead of getting plain flour, I like to use the chickpea flour, which is gluten-free. Like I said, I also use the porridge oats as flour. I also use gluten-free flour, buckwheat flour. There are so many alternatives that can be better than flour and can be better for you if you have a gluten allergy.
And for my baking, I like to use alternatives to sugar. Previously, I have used dates, I have used apple source, bananas, ripped bananas, honey. I prefer using honey than sugar. Coconut sugar, I think it's a lot better than just sugar.
But this time I found some erythritol, which I've never used before, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I thought I'll give it a try. What I like about this is that it's sugar-free, it's a sugar alternative derived from nature, and it has 0 calories, which is perfect because you're not adding on any weight, but you're still enjoying favorite cakes.
So let me just read a little bit about it. It says no artificial colors or flavors, sugar-free, 0 calories, derived from nature, teeth-friendly, great taste, gluten-free and vegan-friendly, sugar-like, crunchy texture. Ingredients. Here we go. Erythritol expressive consumption may have a laxative effect. Erythritol-based tabletop sweetener. That's it. It's 100% erythritol. No more ingredients. Plain simple. That's the sort of thing I like to
A
buy.
mistake I've made that you might be making, or maybe you haven't realized that you are doing, is not buying gluten-free baking powder, baking soda, which I just have bought these because I've realized I've been using the non-gluten-free versions, and after making my gluten-free cakes I used to feel bloated and I used to fall asleep straight away, wondering why was it that I was falling asleep. Well, the reason could be that the other ingredients you are using have to be gluten-free as well.
These here are not too expensive. They're around £1.50 each. So you don't have to spend loads for it. You can simplify things. You can find other versions. Instead of using bicarbonate of soda, you can use linseed seeds. You know, it's just a little bit different. There are alternatives. You can always find them online.
Alright guys, let's get to the snacks, my favorite part. So now and then I like to have snacks. I do love my sugar. Like I said, I have loads of cravings for sugar. So first thing, let's start a little bit healthy. I like to buy these little packs of nuts. So this one here is from Wilkinson. Their packaging is amazing because it's eco-friendly. So it's 0 plastic, recycled paper, and you get a good amount of walnuts. Ingredients: walnuts, 100% walnuts, nothing else. It's a good source of fiber. It's suitable for vegans. 85 grams of walnuts for £1. Perfect, great price, good for you. You get your natural fat, and it's also good for your
Again,
brain.
they have different nuts and different flavors and so on. Try not to get the ones that are covered in chocolate, because of course the chocolate doesn't make it that healthy. I've got here the Brazil nuts, and just remember that you don't have to finish a whole packet, because if you do, it is quite heavy in calories. So just a few a day is good for you for consumption, but you do not need to finish the packet. Now,
If I want something salty, I like to eat these. They are from the Eat Real brand, and they are some veggie straws. It has kale, tomato and spinach. They are gluten-free, no added sugar, reduced salt, and they are also vegan.
if we look at the ingredients, it has potato starch, dehydrated potato, rapeseed oil, tomato powder, kale powder, spinach powder, firming agent, and turmeric.
Now for the sugary cravings, I bought these 3 packs. They are different flavors, but they're the same concept. It's from this brand called Naked. I love this one here. This one is my favorite, all-time favorite. These are the cashew cookies, so you get 4 raw fruit and nut whole food bars. They are 100% natural.
You can make them at home, which I have tried before, but if you have no time and you want something fast and like a pick-me-up snack, then why not get these? So let me read the ingredients. 51% cashews, 49% dates. You can make this at home if you do not want to spend the extra money. You can guess they're also gluten-free, wheat and dairy free. I also wanted to try different flavors, so I got the blueberry muffin flavor here. This one has dates, cashews, raisins, almonds and berries. So again, a lot more simple, natural, no chemicals. And then this other flavor is the salted caramel that has dates, raisins, cashews, peanuts, Cornish sea salt. Lovely. Not only do I consume them, but I like to give these to my toddler when he wants some cereal bars or some chocolates. I think they are a good alternative for kids as well, and they get to eat nuts if they are not allergic to them. All my Nutella lovers, I've been doing a little bit of homework and I've been trying to find out a healthier alternative to Nutella, which I am not sure if I am getting there or not because it's quite complicated. I've realized that a lot of the ingredients have other forms of sugar, so not necessarily just plain sugar, but cane rose sugar or some
the names of sugar, but again it's still sugar. So this is the brand that is the healthiest I could find in my local supermarket. This one here is from Jim Jams. This is a dark hazelnut chocolate spread. It's a vegan product. It has no added sugars.
And let me just quickly read to you the ingredients. So it has a natural sweetener, vegetable oil, it has hazelnuts, reduced cacao, emulsifier, salt and flavoring, hazelnut flavoring. So again, it's not the healthiest, but then if you do want chocolate, then I would rather have these than Nutella.
Last two products. If you are craving chocolate, then why not opt for a plain chocolate version or a healthier chocolate? This one here is a chocolate cookie and it's a vegan chocolate chip. Let me read the ingredients to you very quickly.
So this one here has raw cane sugar, cacao butter, cacao mass, rice drink powder, dry rice syrup, cacao cookie, wheat flour and hazelnut. Now again, because of the cookie flavor, it has wheat, so I can't eat this, but I think it's a lot better for my family to consume these type of chocolate bars than a milk or white chocolate bar that is full of sugar. There are other alternatives that are much more healthier than this one here. You could just opt for a dark chocolate 70% or more, which we also have downstairs in the kitchen, or you can opt for healthier alternatives that use absolutely no sugar, just plain coconut and coconut agave and so on, which I've also tried before and it tastes delicious.
Now for kids or people in your family that like sugar and like Haribos, I found these just Whole Foods veggie bars, and they are organic fruit jellies. You can see the price there. It's not too expensive. If you have them as a treat, they shouldn't be too expensive at all, and you shouldn't be having them every day either, so I think it's alright. It has no artificial flavors, flavorings or sweeteners, and it's also gluten-free.
Problem here is that the first ingredient is cane sugar. So yes, we are getting a healthier version, yet it also has sugar. Then it has glucose syrup, again sugar, fruit juice, then it gives you different types of fruit, natural flavors, and orange oil and organic, and they're all organic ingredients. So like I said, yes, it's a lot more healthy than Haribo's, but it still has sugar, so just eat moderate amounts.
As you can tell, not all gluten-free products are healthy for you, and no added sugar necessarily means that it has absolutely no sugar. Just read the labels. That's my best advice for you. I hope you liked the video for today. Give it a thumbs up if you did, if you learned anything new, or if you like me to make more of this content, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can find me on Instagram. I am Gabby UK. Now I'll see you next week. Bye.